Hey there everybody, it's Matt from the Literary Gamers coming to you today with a review for The Last Spike. This is from Columbia Games, designed by Tom Dalgliesh. I'm really sorry if I ruined your name, it's not my intention. Last Spike is a train game where you are building trains to get from St. Louis to Sacramento, and you have this board that has like a parallelogram shape, and you have multiple cities spread throughout. And as you're building railroads, you are trying to buy land that will pay out. So I'm going to give you a brief idea of how the game is played, and then I'll give you my thoughts about it. Now, at the beginning of every turn, you're going to be laying down some track. Each track is on a block, and it has a letter and a number, and that's actually a pre-planned spot on the board for where it should go. Now, if you place it next to either a city or to another part of track, you pay the amount written on the bottom of the block. But if you put something out that's not attached to a city or to another piece of railroad, you have to pay double. And for some of this, it is quite expensive because Columbia Games has actually put a lot of thought into the pricing, because if it's blowing through mountains or getting through difficult terrains, crossing a river, it's going to cost more to put that track down. Now, if you are the first person to connect a piece of track to a city, there are stacks of city land cards, and the first one is free to the first person who put down the track. Now, as you're going by, you're going to be having the opportunity to buy more land. So after you finish putting track down, you'll actually check to see if the track scores. For the first few rounds of the game, that's not going to happen. And then what you have is an opportunity to buy land, as long as the free card has already been chosen. So you'll check it and see if you want to buy any land, and you'll add that to all your tableau. And then after that, you're going to pick up a tile, and I should say you have a hand of 4 tiles. And you kind of put that in your hand, and play continues until there's one solid line moving from St. Louis all the way to Sacramento. When a track scores, because each track has 4 spaces for each of the pieces of rail you're putting down, the 2 cities connecting it will pay out. So if you own 2 cards out of St. Louis, you'll get the 2 portion on the cards, and then that's just kind of an example. I can't remember exactly what it connects to without opening the game in front of you. But you'll pay out with the cities on the type of cards that you've bought. And the money is just nice little discs, easy to use. And like I said, once somebody has built from, not somebody, but there's a solid line from St. Louis all the way to Sacramento, the game will end. Whoever has the most money wins the game. When I was first reading the rules for Last Spike, I was like, it feels a little scripted. And I looked on the cover and I was like, oh, it was a Mensa Select. The game came out in 2015. But as the game moved on, I started to see some of the advantages of what was happening. And I held on to a piece of track for a very long time when I played with people, because if I had put it down, I wasn't going to make as much money as other people, because it would have finished that track. That combination fascinated me. I've played Last Spike twice in a row, and that's something I don't usually do with games. I like to play it once, sit on it, come back and play it again, and then I can start to think about what I want to say about the game. But with Last Spike, it always came down to what's going to happen if I put this down. Now, there were times when I had to put track down so I could make some money, because I'm like, I would have $3,000 left, and I only have I have no tiles that can pay I can pay $3,000 for. They're all $4,000 or above, and in that case, you start selling your land that you've bought, and you get half cost for it, what you paid. And you're like, I have to put down something that'll pay out, because yes, I'm going to be giving them more money, but I'll still get something. So the game kind of really balanced well that situation of I don't want to, but I have to. And wow, I have enough money, I can withhold that, but then they could try to move around a different way as well. It was just a really interesting, engaging gameplay. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great train game. From what I understand, this is a remake of a game from '76. I don't know the original name there. It might have actually been The Last Spike. But it was done really well here, and I think that this is a great addition to what I call intro train games. Now, you have your Ticket to Rides, you have your Chicago Expresses. I think this would be right up there with Chicago Express as far as introduction to train games. A lot of people, when they think train games, they automatically think those 18XX or the Age of Steam stuff. This is a great intro as well. So if you're looking to get into that hobby, but you're not sure you want to dive into a heavy game right away, I would recommend Last Spike. For once, I don't have a book to pair this with. I looked all over thinking about what I could use, and there's nothing. I don't have anything about the railway system being built from these two cities, or even attaching to any of the cities. So if you have a book out there that matches with The Last Spike really well, comment down below, let me know, and I'd be happy to look at it and tell you my thoughts. So thanks for watching this review of The Last Spike. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.